Hello everyone and welcome to day 17 of Lifestyle Prescriptions Bootcamp. So yesterday I showed you very briefly how to use EFT as one of the many ways to release negative emotions. So today I promised I would take you through an example EFT process to help you release negative emotions so that you can try this on your own. It is so simple and safe with any emotion that you would like to release. But let's just quickly look at what are emotions and where do they come from. Because, we experience a range of emotions every day, from our unconscious reactions and our conscious responses just to everyday events, and actually much less often to traumatic events. So how we respond depends on our perceptions and beliefs. And I'll look at those actually next week in much more detail. But when something happens, an event, we instantly have thoughts coming from the beliefs, which then give us our emotional responses. And these emotional responses can be labeled either positive or negative emotions. And that depends on how they make us feel. Do we feel good or do we feel bad? So for the purpose of today's example session, let's take the emotion of fear. Now, fear, this is not the healthy fear, which when we get a really real threat that we need to respond to. This is irrational fear. And this actually underlies so many emotional responses that we all have. Now, let's have a look at this. I'd like you to find something that you are afraid of, that scares you, that terrifies you, whatever you label it. Now, it may be something like you fear losing your job. Now, you might say, but it's a real thing. I'm going to lose my job. The company's closing down. That may be so. It may be a reality, but your fear does not have to be there. You can replace the fear with some other emotion. Now, losing your job is a serious thing, but having fear actually will cloud your judgment, cloud the way you can think. You won't be able to make good decisions from a place of fear. So losing the fear is actually a very healthy thing because it allows more positive ways of looking at the situation in hand. So, have you found something that you're afraid of, that you would like to shift and to have a different response to? So if you have, I'd like you just to go into that fear, maybe close your eyes, just go into the situation that brings up that fear or the thoughts that bring up that fear, and just label it out of 1 to 10, where 10 is high, 1 is low, very low. What is that fear rated as? 10 out of 10 is it's terrifying. Right. So you've got that now, and what we'll do now is make up the setup phrase, which we repeat 3 times. So I'm going to have us say, even though I have this irrational fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay? So we're going to say, even though I have this irrational fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You're tapping on the side of your palm here. Even though I have this irrational fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have this irrational fear, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, take a deep breath. Now let's start the tapping process. Okay, top of the head, this irrational fear. Inside of the eyebrow, this irrational fear. Outside of the eyebrow, this irrational fear. Under the eye, this irrational fear. Under the nose, this irrational fear. Chin, this irrational fear. Collarbone, this irrational fear. Under the arm, remember 4 fingers under the arm, opposite the nipple, this irrational fear. Deep breath, in and out. That helps release all these stuck emotions in your body. So we're going to do that again 3 times. We're doing this. Top of the head, this irrational fear. Inside of the eyebrow, this irrational fear. Outside of the eyebrow, this irrational fear. Under the eye, this irrational fear. Under the nose, this irrational fear. Chin, this irrational fear. Collarbone, this irrational fear. Under the arm, this irrational fear. Deep breath. Release that. And last round on this one, this irrational fear. Inside of the eyebrow, this irrational fear. Outside of the eye, this irrational fear. Under the eye, this irrational fear. Under the nose, this irrational fear. Under the chin, this irrational fear. Collarbone, this irrational fear. Under the arm, this irrational fear. And take a deep breath. And out. Okay. So, there are many, I'm just in the middle of this, so we're going to carry on. There are many things that you could actually now start thinking about as well, or you are already thinking in the back of your mind. So for instance, that I'll just run through one of these. I'm afraid to be on my own. Driving scares me. I'm scared of spiders. I'm terrified of getting seriously ill. Flying frightens me. Going to parties scares me irrationally. Groups of people frighten me. I'm scared of heights. Okay, deep breath. And you can tap rounds on each one of those 3 times around for each one of those, if they're your issue or any other issue. Now, what would you rather feel? Let's move from this fear. I'm willing to let the irrational fear go. It's safe to let the irrational fear go. I deserve to live life free of fear. I deserve to live life free of fear. I choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. Under the arm, I choose peace. Deep breath. Repeat this again. I'm willing to let the irrational fear go. It's safe to let the irrational fear go. I deserve to live life free of fear. I deserve to live life free of fear. I choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. Deep breath. Last time. I'm willing to let the irrational fear go. It's safe to let the irrational fear go. I deserve to live life free of fear. I deserve to live life free of fear. I choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. I choose peace. Deep breath and out. Okay, so now go back to the fear that you chose, and I'd like you to close your eyes and go to the situation or the thoughts that cause you that fear and see what number out of 10 you have there. Sometimes you can't even find the fear anymore. It's just like, well, it just doesn't matter. If you still have a number above 3, I would suggest you continue tapping with your own words. You know, the monkey mind, whatever's in your mind about that particular subject, everything about that particular fear that you have. Like if you have a fear of flying, so I've got this fear of flying. I start worrying when I first have to start packing. Then it's the standing in the queue and in anticipation, sitting in those seats. I feel so claustrophobic. It's the noise of the engines. Then it's the smell in that aircraft. Then it's the sound of the wheels as they leave, the roaring of the engines. You keep going until you bring it down about the specific subject that you've got. So I hope that helps and that you enjoy having a go at that. It is so profound, you know. Don't think that, oh, I'm not afraid of anything, and or that I don't have anything to tap on. Do you know we all have things that we can take the edge off, or that we can reduce, so that we can have a clearer mind, a clearer thinking platform to make decisions that are more beneficial to us than knee-jerk responses. So enjoy playing with that, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Bye then.